Hey guys, Jimmy Williams and Arlene here. Man, I'm not really good with this camera thing, but as you can see, we are sitting down together working out. When I flattened our back, so let's see if we make the camera a little small areas.
He's lying to you about the camera thing. He's very good.
No, I'm not.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but guys, the name of this short episode is called Doing Things with Your Spouse. As you can see, me and Arlene, we're always together. Let me take off my hat. Oh, better. Whew. Let's do it this way. We always do everything together, guys, okay? We do everything together. This may not work for some couples, but it works for us. And so, one of the things I can tell you is if you do things together, you bond more. Arlene, say hello.
Hey guys.
And, wow, what a beautiful smile. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at the queen.
I'm trying to work out.
Yeah. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something. You're trying to work out, stop laughing. We've lost collectively together about 40 pounds on this weight loss journey since I've known her. And let me tell you, man, it hasn't always been easy. It's hard being disciplined because we work so much. You know, we work in our home, in our office upstairs, and we put in anywhere from 12 to 17 hours a day. You know, and I'm not kidding, okay? Working from sun up to sundown, then early in the morning. And so we have to find time to do this. And I realized that exercising is a very important part of releasing the stress.
Amen on that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We're going to be honest with you. We haven't really done this in like 3 months. I mean, we normally do it. We used to do it 2 or 3 times a week, but because of the pressure of the end of the year coming, the restructuring of our companies and all that, we
had a lot of deadlines.
Right. We might get a couple push-ups and all that.
You know, crazy amount of deadlines.
Exactly. We might do some push-ups in the room or some sit-ups or something in the room while we're working, and then we get back. But this is the first time coming downstairs in our. We'll show you our place.
We have a home gym.
So, yeah, treadmill, as you guys can see all that. You know, and my weights over here. See that? You guys can see that. It's been like almost 3 months since we've been down here. But I will tell you this. This is a very important part of longevity, guys. Okay, you have to exercise. And I recommend to do that with your spouse. That may not work for everyone, but it works for us. And again, 40 pounds is a lot. So I'm gonna tell you what our weights were, you know, what we weighed before. But we're not done yet, are we, honey?
I'm not gonna tell you what my weight was. That would not be good for me.
Yeah, but she's beautiful. Look at her. Right? Stop covering your mouth up. You have a beautiful face.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But I was much larger.
She was much larger. And believe it or not, guys, so was I. I was pretty heavy. I mean, and out of shape, and it was causing me to have high blood pressure. Her blood pressure is perfect. I'm still working on mine, right?
Well, I don't know about perfect, but
no, it is. It's you know, the 120 over 80. She's right there, and a little bit below. You know, she's perfect. I'm working on mine, but not for cholesterol reasons, guys. For having a you know, you guys may have never heard of this, but having a fatty liver, you can be skinny and have a fatty liver, and we discovered that we had a fatty liver, which is what it means is a bunch of fat on the liver that you got to get off of there to keep you healthy. All right, and we had to do certain things to get rid of that fatty liver, and that's how I lost. What are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm trying to do my choice.
And that's how I lost my weight. And we discovered small things that we didn't know before that was hurting us, that was keeping us not feeling our best. And I got coronavirus back in January. Y'all probably didn't know that. Coronavirus, the flu, and walking pneumonia had at the same time. Okay? And I think the biggest reason for that was because I was unhealthy and I wasn't taking proper vitamins and I wasn't exercising and I was too stressed. Okay? Arlene never got tested up, at that time, but I think she had it too. But I lost 20 pounds.
I was sick for like 6 weeks. So yeah. I have reason to say that I think I had COVID.
Right. She was taking care of me, and guess what? She got sick too. And again, I lost 20 pounds. I couldn't eat nothing for several days. I had to sleep by the toilet because I woke up in the middle of the night vomiting all the time, but nothing was in me, okay? And she was there I don't know how she slept in the other room, but it was so bad, so we said, we're not going to let anything get worse. When we get over this thing, we're going to take care of ourselves. Is that right, honey? Is that a commitment we made? How we doing, though?
Giving everybody the thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would you say about, because we do everything together, right? Would you encourage...
Not everything.
Well, mostly everything, don't we?
Okay. Yeah.
But
So mostly.
yeah, but I guess my question to you, honey, is what advice would you give couples out there on not the advice. What kind of, go ahead, I'm sorry. I'll think of the question in a minute. Guys, I just had a brain freeze.
No. What's the question?
Well, what advice would you give a couple that they're having a tough time doing things together? Because if you don't do things together, it's going to be hard to be successful in marriage, I think. That's my personal opinion.
So the issue is that the reason why we're able to do things together is because we already have a friendship.
Yes.
So
I agree with that.
I think what it is when you cultivate friendship with each other, then it's easy to do things with your best friend.
Oh, wow.
So, when you don't, so Jimmy said we do everything together. So we don't do everything together.
Right.
We're not in the bathroom doing like number two. I don't mean to be gross or whatever.
Wow.
I don't mean to be gross, but I'm just saying.
Stop. Dramatic pause, guys.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah, y'all got that, right? Okay.
So we're not doing everything together. Like, like Jimmy still has his time, when he's got his personal time, and I have my personal time.
Yes. Right.
So let's just quantify and clarify that. That's what it is, because he's still an individual and I'm still an individual.
Right.
However, because we're best friends, we spend a lot of time together.
Yes.
And we spend a lot of time together because as best friends, we do that.
Right.
When you're married to your best friend, you want to spend a lot of time with them.
Absolutely.
For us, our priorities are as follows. First, it's time with the Most High, or God. And then second, it's time with each other. And then third, it's making time for ourselves, of course.
Right.
But, the Most High is first, you know what I mean? Because, we're spiritual believers. Right. And we believe spending time with Him grounds our relationship, and that's how we prioritize, getting things done.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? So it makes it easier, so that when we kind of come together, it already kind of keeps the relationship kind of centered.
Absolutely. Wow, good analogy, honey. I could have said it better myself. I can't say nowhere near as good as you.
Double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up, right? She's right, guys. And I will say this: it really. When you don't have your spouse as your best friend, and that's not always the case, because some people come to a marriage, they have somebody that's been their best friend for 30 years, and they marry this guy or this woman over here, and it's like, well, you're just my husband, but I have a best friend. Well, if you want a long-term relationship, a marriage to be successful, I think that's the wrong recipe for it. You need to get to know your spouse like that as a best friend as well. It's not easy to do, but it makes life easier, doesn't it, honey? I want to come down and exercise with her. I want, like you guys saw one episode, we were in the kitchen. I want to be in the kitchen with her. If we argue or have a disagreement, we quickly squash it and we get back together again. We do, yeah. But I love cooking. I love cutting up. She's the mastermind behind the recipes and all that. But I'm the guy that goes in there. I'm her sous chef. Yes, I cut the food up and help prepare it and all of that. And then she does the seasoning and the cooking and the things I can't do. But the fact that we do it together. This is for you guys, it's going to make your relationship more transparent. It's going to give it more strength. It's going to give you a supernatural effect.
It creates intimacy.
Yeah. It's when I say supernatural, I mean like love is a supernatural thing, I think, real love. And you can only love people to the degree that you're willing to let them in, and vice versa. Love is, to me, with me and Arlene, it's give and give. It's not give and take. I give 200%, she gives back to me 200%. Although I take that love, you can't come in a relationship saying, I'm going to give 50 and he better give me the other 50. No, it's give and give, guys.
Really?
Yes.
I thought my 50 was my 50 and your 50 was mine.
Come on.
Just kidding.
Guys, I'm telling you, men don't sit there and say, oh, my wife is not doing this and that. She needs to love me more. No, you need to love more. And I've learned that. And guys, the wife is always right. The queen is always right. Is that right?
No, not always. We're not that as egotistical as you think. And can I tell you?
Right.
Listen, we make a lot of things light in our marriage. I know we're like laying on the floor. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's right.
Like we make a lot of things light, but can I tell you the best thing for your marriage is a little thing called medicine, and the medicine that you need is a little thing called laughter.
Absolutely.
You know, it talks about in the scriptures that laughter is like medicine.
It is.
And the best thing that you can have in your marriage is laughter.
Absolutely.
You know, if you find things to laugh about together, that also builds intimacy, it builds your relationship, and it builds your friendship.
Did you guys get that?
You know, sometimes you need to learn to not take each other so seriously or take situations seriously. I mean, there will be situations that you will come across together that will be really serious.
Right, right.
And you will need to take, it's not that you don't take them seriously, but you need to learn to lighten up and laugh together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You need to
Agreed.
find things to laugh at together. Or, you know, sometimes you need to learn to look back at things and laugh together and find some humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do it all the time. I just laugh at her just to be laughing at her. And laughing
at me?
Well,
really, homie?
let me finish. I try to get her to relax because guys, when you work that much like we do, it's easy. You can get caught up in taking everything so serious. And
seriously.
Oh my gosh, and that causes stress. Like, you know, just the other day we were on pins and needles with each other. We've been working hard on a project. We were trying to meet a deadline and just started arguing for nothing. Right? Stop that. And it was because I was under pressure to get something done. I was trying to launch a product and a service, and I was just in my feelings about it, and I didn't realize I was shifting that negative energy to her, and that's not fair. My wife will tell you, my atmosphere and hers, we're always we have positive energy, you know, to an extent, because when you get under pressure, it's easy to let the wrong spirit come out of you. You could easily just shout at somebody, you're not mean it, right?
Yeah.
And that happened the other day. I had to repent of that and say, I'm sorry, I'm preaching something, I'm not living it. If I start being negative, that's not me. So I quickly got out of that and said, I'm sorry. Would you forgive me, please? And then I try to let an hour go by in that state against her because it's not her fault that I couldn't meet a deadline or something went bad. That's not fair to her. So we made it right, and it just makes everybody's life better. Now I can get back on track with her and enjoy her for the rest of that day. That's how I feel about it, right, honey?
Yeah.
And I'm sure.
I mean, and also the thing is you have to know how each other's strengths and weaknesses are. Like, for instance, both of us also are not only very dominant personalities, so we're both alpha personalities.
Absolutely.
So we have very strong personalities.
Right.
And in addition to that, we're both also very creative types. So we both think very, you know, creative solution oriented.
Yeah.
So we're always thinking outside the box. So there's always multi solutions to things. So whenever there's a problem, we're always thinking of 50 different solutions to handle the problem.
Exactly.
So we tend to buck heads when problems come up because we're always thinking of 50 solutions and, well, why do we handle it this way and why do we handle it this way? And we kind of overthink. We both kind of overthink it, and we kind of have to learn how to dial back our energy.
Right.
And so we realize, wait a minute, okay, if one of us just kind of yields a little bit and said, wait a minute, well, you know, if we just kind of,
right.
I mean, if we just defer to what you said, you know, and usually we end up kind of compromising with each other anyways, because 90% of the time we both have really great ideas,
right?
You know, and we just kind of pray through it. We're just like, okay,
that's right.
The Most High will give us the right idea. It'll come through one of us, and we know it.
A lot of times it comes through her. She's, I'm a creative guy, I really am. I have creative genius, but I'm going to be honest. I think my wife is on another level when it comes to because
excuse me, coughing.
We'll give you a couple fun facts about me and Arlene. We're very artistic, all the way back to when we were kids. Okay, like you guys know part of my story. I wanted to be a boxer. My dad taught me how to box, but he put a pencil in my hand at 3 years old. I started drawing. I was a really good artist. I can draw faces and all that, and I did it full time. On the other hand, she became a fashion designer. You know what I mean? Went to FIT, one of the most prestigious schools in the world in New York City, and became very successful with that. You know, she worked for Jones New York and some other Anne Klein A-Line, some other big names, and never started her own company until she met me. But she's super creative. The way her mind works, she can create images. She's really good at designing, just coming off the top of the head with an amazing design that will sell. And another fun fact, we're both are dancers, like not dancers, but used to do dancing in clubs back in the day. This is
Oh, no, not that kind of dance.
No, listen.
Like he's a dancer.
So let me finish, honey. Before Christ, to some of you guys out there, some of y'all over spiritual people, before Yahushua Mashiach, I used to be a nightclub b-boy. I used to go to clubs and just break dance. I mean, one of the best in the state of Florida, right?
Oh my
Like Fort
God.
Lauderdale, I used to do the handstands. In
It's
fact,
insane.
yeah. In fact, I did some dancing at our wedding. I came out and put my Pumas on and all that.
Gave my family a nervous breakdown,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. And at the same time, this is before Christ now. Arlene used to be in clubs dancing. She was a hip hop dancer. She could dance to reggae and all that. Couldn't you?
Insane.
Right? Were you good?
Insane.
Were you good?
Insane.
Okay, so they might not believe me, so I want you to hold this camera and I'm gonna do a little hip hop move for them.
Oh my
okay?
God.
I'm old now, guys. I'm 46, but when I was 20, I used to battle everybody all across the state of Florida. I used to battle guys from New York City and all that. So, but when I met this woman, I danced for the last time publicly at our wedding. Okay. So
Well,
let's
y'all
see.
pray for me because I'm not a good camera holder.
Oh, here's
so.
what you can do, honey. Give me a second, guys. Turn this way for you. Can you? Is that better? Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna do one move, one little tiny move here, and as you can see, break dancers have it on my fingers, honey. At the bottom, can they see my fingers?
Yeah, they can see your fingers.
Most people don't know this fun fact about break dancers. The b-boys is a break dancer or a hip hop dancer representing the culture of hip hop, right? And breaking is kind of complicated because you really do break your body down. You can get hurt, right? But one thing we do, we use our fingertips. We don't break this way. We break like this. And this took me 6 months to get my fingers strong enough where they didn't hurt. But so whenever you see a dancer doing this, they're trying to break dance and not a good dancer, and they haven't learned the step check. But this is what I used to do here. And if I fall, it's because I'm old. But I'm gonna freeze and hold myself here. What you say, honey?
Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Don't do that.
All right, guys, here we go. Let's see. All right. All right. Let's see. You know, I'm pretty sure if I had more room, I'd do more moves. But I used to do a lot of moves, like I used to do head spins. You know, standing on one hand and all that. Let me just see if I can do a handstand here. Ready, honey? You got me?
I got you.
All right, let's see. It's been so long, guys. Got me?
I got you.
Man, that's it. No more for today.
Okay, signing off for today.
All right, guys. We love you guys. Spend time together as a couple. All right? Do everything together. Be transparent with each other. And I think it will help your relationship have more substance. And you'll, in the end, you can overcome more adversity when you do things together because, you know, you had that time together. All right? You had that camaraderie and you understand each other better. That's how me and Arlene have done it so far. I'll see you at the top, as I always say. Bye. Deuces. Peace.